In May 2026, the global economy hit a wall. A military blockade in the Persian Gulf effectively froze international shipping overnight. Iranian Revolutionary Guard drone strikes and naval mines shut down the Strait of Hormuz, the critical choke point between the Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman, driving commercial transit volume down by 70%. Through Russia, inflated prices acted as a financial lifeline, funneling massive capital directly into their treasury and completely offsetting the damage from Ukrainian drone strikes on their Western oil refineries. Meanwhile, Ukraine was forced to compete on the open market for those same inflated hydrocarbons, burning through vital European aid just to purchase diesel required to keep their agricultural sector afloat. A central node of rising oil prices splits. Streams show capital flowing to Russia and agricultural deficits in Ukraine. A third points to severe U.S. inflation, triggering May Day-strong protests, economic blackouts, and demonstrations at the New York Stock Exchange. A geopolitical stalemate 6,000 miles away instantly became an acute financial panic for everyday Americans. At the exact same time, the United States was bracing for a severe biosecurity threat. A highly lethal Ebola Bundibugyo outbreak was accelerating in East Africa, and a localized cluster of the Andes hantavirus had broken out on a cruise ship in the Atlantic. Handling these overlapping outbreaks fell to a federal public health infrastructure that was actively hemorrhaging leadership, with the FDA commissioner and the acting heads of multiple critical disease evaluation centers stepping down in a matter of weeks. This mass exodus was a direct response to a massive regulatory restructuring led by Health and Human Services giving standard immunizations, like the hepatitis B vaccine, without explicit parental consent. Between the localized financial panic and the fracturing of the public health apparatus, the foundational safety nets Americans relied on were visibly breaking down. When consumers lose faith in the macro systems around them, their purchasing habits shift dramatically. This Axios Harris poll chart visualizes that shift. The average polarization score, the divide between how Republicans and Democrats view top brands, dropped from 2.55 down to 2.3. Climbing to the top of the rankings as winners in consumer trust are Chewy, Toyota, and Costco. Consumers stopped rewarding brands for taking political stances. Instead, they sought out extreme functional utility, mechanical reliability, and wholesale price relief. Faced with extreme global volatility, the American public actively rewarded the most boring, consistent, and politically neutral companies on the market. That same intense desire for safety extended directly into their entertainment and lifestyle choices. The box office saw massive turnout for The Devil Wears Prada 2, generating $156 million internationally in its opening weekend. Audiences aggressively favored high-gloss, low-stakes nostalgia over challenging narratives. At home, search volume for hyper-isolated personal wellness products exploded. Interest in Japanese head spas, a holistic scalp treatment, surged by 7,300%, while searches for automated baby bottle washers saw identical growth. Unable to control the geopolitical chaos of the globe, Americans deployed their capital to strictly optimize, sanitize, and soothe their immediate physical environments. For the corporate sector, this presented a unique challenge. How do you market to a society that is actively retreating inward? Google's response was to unveil a suite of agentic AI tools, including AI Max and the Universal Commerce Protocol. Looking at this schematic, you can see how the Universal Commerce Protocol bypasses human navigation entirely. A user types a conversational query, and the AI connects retail inventory directly to the search bar, completing the checkout process without the user ever visiting a traditional store website. Simultaneously, social platforms like X poured hundreds of millions of dollars into direct monetization payouts for content creators, highly incentivizing them to keep users locked inside algorithmic vertical video silos. By utilizing artificial intelligence as a buffer, the tech sector successfully removed the friction and the vulnerability of human decision-making from the commerce pipeline. The era of grand corporate social activism and optimistic globalization has ended. Instead, society has realigned around operational reliability, AI-driven convenience, and comforting escapism. Today, every item in a 2026 shopping cart has become a physical record of the month's geopolitical friction.